Welcome to the Cosmic Kinks Collective, Kinks Sign Series. This is the Virgo edition. A few disclaimers first regarding safety and risk-aware sex. Always being aware of all of the risks as far as Virgo goes, doing an inventory maybe even of all of the risk line-by-line items. But also with safety, with Virgo energy, being clean, just being clean. Virgo's a very clean energy sign. And I don't mean that, like being... This is my cat. He's been... I don't think somebody is dirty because they have an STI. Anybody can get an STI. You can have sex once and get an STI. You don't even have to have sex at all, and it can still transfer other ways. Being dirty to me, or being not clean, is not caring who you have sex with. Not having safety practices, or having an STI and still sleeping all around and not having those discussions. And so that to me would be safe practices, Virgo style. Before I get into these kinks are for everybody, not just Virgos. All kinks are for everybody. All right, 5 kinks that if they were assigned, they would be Virgo. Number 1, masturbation. Virgo is known to kind of go in the self, kind of go into hermit mode, has a really sensitive nervous system, and so therefore is really able to consciously to go super deep within themselves and discover more. And that's super masturbation, right? Is we get to explore the most intimate parts of ourselves, which is really just incredible, and getting to know all of our details. I think masturbation should be we should all be mastering masturbation, perfecting masturbation, before we can really let loose with partners. How are we going to explain to partners what we like if we don't know ourselves? The importance of masturbation is of utmost. So yeah, number 1, masturbation would be Virgo. Okay, number 2, simping. This is I feel like voyeur vibes. This is very voyeurism of just kind of wanting to see from a distance. Sometimes Virgo can be a little too, the sensitive nervous system makes it hard to get into it with somebody. And so they may just look from the distance and really want to make sure that that's something that they want to go after, and then create a strategy. So so they may just simp over somebody so hard, voyeur, then go after and just give. If a Virgo decides after so much consideration, after going so deeply internal inside for everything, to go after something, it is with all of them. It is with all of them. They really thought about it hard. And so that's why simping would be Virgo, because then when they do go into it, it's I'll give you whatever you want. Eager to please. Virgo is so eager to please. Very service oriented. So that's why simping would be Virgo. Okay, number 3, orgasm control. Actually, these next 3 are very paradoxical. It's real funny how Virgo did this. Orgasm control, and that's because Virgos are known to be very controlling, and so this flips the dynamic on that, and so then they get to control not being in control, is where orgasm control kind of really gets into this as well. Okay, Virgo energy, even for all of us, is when we don't feel worthy of pleasure, right? Virgo's very perfectionist, really goes deep inside of the self and can get really critical, which is also going to be in here, critical with others and with the self. And so they're so critical that they can sometimes believe that they're not even worthy of pleasure. And so orgasm control really allows them to not feel like they're not getting pleasure, they're not having the orgasm because somebody else is controlling it. So they're not getting the pleasure, but there's still so much pleasure inside of it, right? They're not getting explicit pleasure by having the orgasm, but they're having pleasure by not getting that explicit pleasure. I hope that made sense. Okay, that was number 3. That would be Virgo. And these next 2 are very, very paradoxical like that too. And so, okay, number 4 is shower sex. And actually I can say this much easier. Virgos like being clean, right? This is getting dirty while getting clean. That's it. It's that simple. Why that would be Virgo. And I mean, shower sex is just great in many different ways. But that's what would make it so Virgo, is that you are, because like a lot of Virgo energy might be like, you know, jumping out of bed or jumping out of wherever you just had sex and going into the shower. But this is like you're in the shower and you're getting clean while you're fucking. Like, how cool is that? Okay, so finally, number 5 is degradation and humiliation. Again, the paradox. Because Virgo energy is so critical and also feels like humiliation, like the nervous system is very sensitive, right? So feels humiliation on a very deep level, like embarrassed feelings. Virgo energy is very prone towards. Well, this is like getting control over that by having somebody degrade you, calling you dirty names, calling you names that like are triggering but hot but pleasurable, making you feel embarrassed, but it's in a controlled environment with somebody safe, and so it's actually pleasurable. Is why degradation and humiliation would be Virgo. I hope that those made sense. It's so funny that there was so much paradoxes inside of Virgo energy, I thought, which kind of isn't surprising because Pisces is opposite it, and Pisces is like super, so they both share that energy. Pisces is very paradox. It's two fish going past each other, like, but we'll get to Pisces. Anyway, that was 5 kinks that if they were assigned, they would be Virgo. Thanks so much for listening. If you want, you can check out my other videos, astrology, that I do readings for the collective, and then I always do a sex reading after that on Vimeo. That's always fun. Yeah, and that's it. If you vibed, please like, subscribe, share, all those fun things, and I hope that I see you again.